Reporting to you live here at the Metro Toronto Convention Centre for the 2026 Canadian International Auto Show. It's live from last week, episode 270. Let's go! Beep, beep. Welcome, my fellow JayWalkers, to another episode of Live from Last Week. Hope last week has served you well. Just a quick shameless plug before we go on. Want you guys to like and share this video and subscribe to the channel. So, first things first, wearing my traditional attire that I always wear around this time of the year. I just wanted to wish y'all who are celebrating a happy Lunar New Year. But moving on, earlier not getting a good enough rest, waking up in the middle of the night with this persistent cough that I've been having. I was able to go back to sleep, but got up early to drive downtown to pick up the wife from her night shift. Before celebrating yet another tradition today. Making a pancake breakfast for the wife and I to enjoy. On today being Shrove Tuesday, aka Pancake Tuesday. Plus another tradition that we have on this day, the day before Ash Wednesday, is to turn on the EarthCam TV app on my big screen to watch all the festivities that are happening in and around the famous New Orleans Bourbon Street area. Then guys, after catching up a little bit on sleep, then editing some live from last week videos on the laptop. But prior to going to one of our favorite all-you-can-eat restaurants that the wife and I had a date night at earlier tonight, heading to the Metro Toronto Convention Centre for the first time in a little while. I took the wife with me on a nice little evening date to go check out some cars at this year's 2026 Canadian International Auto Show. So firstly today, we got a birthday shout out to one of my family friends who always reminds me to renew my CNO membership every single year. This birthday shout out goes out to you, Sarah. Happy birthday, Sarah. So not getting another good sleep last night, getting woken up by my middle of the night coughing once again. I woke up to see the updated renos that they have in the condo's foyer, as well as the poor weather forecast that we have for a lot of snow during a snowstorm later on. With, like I said, a winter storm on the horizon, as you guys can see from these videos that I took in the morning. I then commuted on the GO train to take the train downtown like a day shift worker. witnessing that one of my favorite all-time Swiss chalet places has been replaced downtown. But anyways, my main reason for my commute this morning was to have an education day at the hospital with one of my all-time favorite doctors, Yona, presenting, as well as a sim lab day doing scenarios with my colleagues, taking the underground intra-hospital tunnel for the first time since pre-pandemic to show the coworker Tiffany exactly how to get to the food court at TGH. Check out the nearby Eaton Center and head to the local Joey's restaurant to do a quick little debrief and catch up with her after class, before walking downtown to the close by St. Patrick's Catholic Church to receive my ashes for the start of Lent, attending the Ash Wednesday Mass here before I head back to the condo to wrap up my night. After getting back last night to see that the SUV was all frozen over outdoors at the GO station from yesterday's winter storm, I was able to go back to the condo to get a 7-hour sleep to catch up on lost rest, waking up to just edit Live From Last Week videos while the Olympics were playing in the background, paying special attention to the women's gold medal final between Team Canada and USA, where our Canadian ladies came up just a little bit shy in this intense gold medal final. Afterwards, the wife and I resumed to really get into this game that we would see ads for while on our Duolingo app. The game called Township, which actually had us stay up a little bit later than we wanted last night, feeding our livestock and harvesting our crops. Trying not to get addicted to this game before I go in for one single night shift later on tonight. So today we'll do a quick birthday shout out to one of the OG FSAT friends that I have that I remember hanging out with during our university days. This birthday shout out goes out to you, Luigi. Happy birthday, Luigi. And we've also got a birthday greeting to one of my former coworkers who I remember hanging out with at last year's Hopeless Place holiday reunion. This birthday shout out goes out to you, Mara. Happy birthday, Mara. So last night, going down to the basement of the condo and seeing that it was also going under some renos, as well as seeing these updated videos of the floors in the condo's foyer. Prior to work, I dropped off the wife at the local GO station for her to make her trip to Saga and go in for a pretty busy, non-stop, stay late after work type of night shift. But now on to today on National Ski and Snowboarding Day. After responding to this random Facebook post earlier in the week and dragging all my snowboarding gear from the locker to the SUV yesterday, I made my way to the High Park area to drop off my snowboard for an online stranger to borrow in good faith, not really knowing if I'll ever get it back or see it again in the future. But yeah, heading to a place where I haven't been to since this episode. I did yet another Too Good To Go purchase from this local Tim Hortons, which usually has good surprise boxes. Making my way to the nearby hospital to pick up the wife. Sharing with her this big box of goodies that I bought for us today. And stress eating my breakfast here a little bit post-night shift. Now making my way back to the Saga house, witnessing on my commute this poor rear windshield wiper. I stayed up to watch the crucial men's Olympic hockey semi-finals between Team Finland and our beloved Team Canada, where Team Canada was actually down early 2-0, scored a goal to make it 2-1, then later with 10 minutes left tied up the game, and in a remarkable comeback had this moment happen with 30 seconds left. Oh! Right there. No! Let's go! Woo! And had Canada advanced to the gold medal finals on Sunday. Then afterwards picking up the mother-in-law from an appointment nearby. Finally taking my quick post-night shift nap this evening. I headed to this local business of a fish and chip shop called Henry's Fish and Chips in Saga, with this display of funny jokes on one of their walls of the store, to get a couple of orders of fish and chips and their seafood platter for the wife and I to enjoy earlier this evening. Catching up on a little bit of lost rest with about 8 hours of sleep last night, I was excited that there were tickets released for a watch party at the Scotiabank Arena for tomorrow's men's Olympic hockey gold medal final, with me grabbing a pair of tickets to that event. Then, inspired by those exact Olympic Games, and seeing this guy compete in the water for the first time since this Live From Last Week episode, I headed to the Etobicoke Olympium to check out this regional swim meet, meeting up with my Ate Shah, my Tito Giliar, and in the background, Kuya John, to watch the Nephew Blueberry's short course backstroke swimming event, once again trimming some time off his previous personal bests, before I went back to the Saga house to pick up the wife to drop her off downtown for her night shift, head back to the condo's locker to rummage around and find my beloved Team Canada Sidney Crosby Olympic hockey jersey that has been in storage for years, and continue on the town that the wife and I have created over the past couple of days, developing it in the Township game, slowly making my way to getting a new airport renovated to be named in my honor. So firstly today, we got a quick birthday shout out to one of my friends that I made during our university days at Ryerson. This birthday shout out goes out to you, Shannon. Happy birthday, Shannon. So guys, after getting less than 4 hours of sleep last night, staying up until 2:30 in the morning playing Township, I got to go and drive in these snowy conditions downtown to pick up the wife after her night shift, then head to a nearby pub on the Esplanade called Scotland Yard to catch the opening puck drop of the 2026 Men's Olympic Hockey Finals between Team Canada and USA. Enjoying some Olympic breakfast over here at this pub while we watched the first period. Then headed over to Scotiabank Arena, doing something similar to what we did during the Blue Jays' 2025 World Series run. Going to the 2026 Men's Olympic Hockey Gold Medal Final, watch party. So after a disappointing loss for our boys in the red and white, making me feel heartbroken and exactly how I felt a couple months ago during the Blue Jays' playoff run. And pretty much this meme says it all. The wife and I went back to the Saga house to be greeted by the puppy Sesame, catch up a bit on lost sleep, then head to a church that I haven't visited in a while. Going to the St. Catherine of Siena Roman Catholic Parish for Sunday afternoon Mass. Then getting a couple of Too Good To Go orders. Heading to one of my favorite places in Mississauga to go to. Going to Orange Fish Sushi House and taking this takeout order back to the Saga house, in hopes that it will make me feel a little bit better after watching that harsh loss that we witnessed earlier today. So starting off with a 7-hour sleep last night, I stayed in pretty much all day, multitasking between editing Live From Last Week videos and playing my favorite game called Township. Officially opening to the public the much anticipated brand new Jay's International Airport. With us going out only once earlier this afternoon to go pick up a package near the airport that we will reveal to y'all next week. And at the same time, wrap up this week's Live From Last Week episode. So, if you guys have enjoyed what you've been watching, feel free to follow JayWalkerPOV on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Be sure to like and share this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notifications bell to be notified when new videos from JayWalkerPOV come out. And once again, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Stay safe and healthy out there, and we'll see you next time on Live From Last Week.